All right, with some practice, you'll begin to see how to work decimals. Decimals work the same as whole numbers as far as taking the square root of the numerical value, but we have the decimals to deal with. So you can do this in a calculator, but the square root of 9 is 3, so that's how I know that we get 3. But when you square a decimal, it gets smaller. So since we have 2 decimal places, I know that 3 will be behind the decimal, and so what we're going to get is 0.3 because you'll have 2 numbers behind the decimal. Anyway, you can just use this with a calculator. So second square root, we can just use 0.09, and when you do that, you get 0.3. And then here we want to know which 2 numbers 13 is between. So if you do perfect squares, 3 squared will give you 9, and then 4 squared will give you 16. Okay, so I know that the square root of 13 is somewhere between 9 and 16. So it's going to be between the whole numbers. What integers does it fall between? That's going to be 3 and 4. Okay, similarly, we're going to do 54. So you can use the table. You can also kind of look at the closest perfect square. So if I'm looking at the square root of 54, okay, I know that 7 squared is 49, which is less, and then 8 squared is 64. So 54 is between these 2 numbers, so it's going to be between the whole numbers 7 and 8. So if we were to take the square root of 54, it will be between 7 and 8. And you can do that same thing from a calculator. Second square root 54. It wants to know what whole numbers is between, so it's between 7 and 8, which you can see from there. That number is 7 point something, so the whole number 7 and the whole number 8 would sandwich that value. And then the last problem here, we want to use a calculator to evaluate to 4 decimal places this expression. So I'll just do the second square root of 5.34. And that would give us 2.3108. 2.3108. And it will not round up because the 4 is not big enough. So 2.3108.